What's happening, basketball fans? We're your online hosts, Nathan Wise and Justin Holbrook. You know, we've been keeping a close eye on some of the best players around the TVC. We're here today to break down an all-hero team watch list. Starting off with the guys, one of our players comes from Gloucester out in Trimble.
Well, that's right, Nathan. We'll start out with Trimble's big man, Micah Couch, who was on the show last week. The senior has played a big role in Trimble's undefeated season, dominating in the paint, while his teammate Grant Clark always poses a threat from behind the arc, but isn't afraid to attack the basket, which makes these two players a dangerous 1-2 punch.
Yeah, and Christian Spillman makes our list for the second year in a row. You know, his Eastern Eagles, they struggled this season, but he has shined in some big games, like in Eastern's loss on January 31st to Wahama. He shot 7 of 7 from behind the arc, and he drained in 28 points.
So he's definitely gotten a lot better from last year. And speaking of getting better, hero and player of the week last week was Kool Adams, so he's got to be on this watch list. NY had a tough year to say the least, but Adams has been one of the bright spots for the team, which has actually won 3 of their last 5 games after only winning 3 games in the span of 49 days.
And we've also got Isaiah English, the lone senior out of Meigs. And what a senior night that kid had. Man, English hit a game-winning 3-pointer from the volleyball line at the buzzer to give the Marauders a 67-64 over NY just last Friday night.
Well, they've kind of had a rocky season, but a team that hasn't is the Athens Bulldogs, who won the TVC Ohio for the 3rd year in a row. It might have something to do with Joe Burrow, whose pure athleticism and confidence under pressure is unmatched. And you can't bring up this Athens squad without mentioning Griffin, who gives this team a presence on the perimeter and, more importantly, experience where it's needed the most.
Yeah, and after an up-and-down first half of the season, Federal Hockey has turned their season around, and that can be credited to 2 players. You know them as Jonathan Snyder and Ivan Santiago. This combination has been creating chaos quite literally all season long, and they can turn around a game in just a blink of an eye.
And I've got another 2 players for you from the TVC. There are no 2 players quite like these ones who, when they shoot the ball and get hot, they can't be stopped. It's Max Ward and Jordan Albright from Benton County. These 2 are deadly from 3-point range, and if they're both on, they could give Benton County a chance to win their opening round game against Logan Elm.
And we've also got Jordan Mosley, the power point guard out of Alexander. You know, he may not stuff the stat sheet every single night, but he's put on some pretty memorable performances in his senior season in the Alley this year.
Now we're going to switch over from the guys to the girls, and our Week 2 Girls Hero of the Week was Nikki Kish, and she's making it onto our watch list, as she has proved time and time again to be a vital asset for the Lady Tomcats.
Yeah, and after Jenna Burdett and Jordan Parker graduated from Eastern last year, one question remained: who would step up for these Lady Eagles? Well, I think Eagles fans got their answer because sophomore Laura Pullins has had a star season all season long.
Well, you question who would step up, but if you go to Nelsonville-York, we know who was going to step up, and you'll be hard-pressed to find another player who works as hard or dominates as much as Madison Davis. And switching over to her teammate Caitlin Hurd, she makes this list as well just because of all the things she does to help contribute to NY's 16-game winning streak earlier this year.
No surprise here, Dominic Doe and Rachel Gilkey, they made their way onto our watch list again. Now, as if a few Hero of the Week performances weren't enough, Dosek and Rachel have been a deadly 1-2 punch all season long, and they've just captured their 4th TVC Ohio championship this season.
Now we're going from the best team in the TVC Ohio for the last 4 years to the worst team is the Meigs Marauders. They only have 1 conference win this year, but Kelsey Hudson has led this team and is known for putting them on her back in tough situations.
Yeah, we've also got Makayla Puckett. You know, Puckett dominates the boards and Jalen Hale drains the shot. That's at least a simple way to explain their game plan for the Lady Vikings, and that's what has landed them on our all-hero watch list this season.
Nathan, you mentioned Eastern's Laura Pullins, who is just a sophomore, but the best sophomore on the girls' side has got to be Leah Richardson. She has already emerged as Alexander's go-to star in just her 2nd year, and once Madison Davis and Dominique graduate, I can see her being the best player in the TVC. Her teammate Malone is also a standout for the Spartans, and her scoring ability, along with her defensive awareness, is just unmatched, which is why she has the final spot in our watch list. Now, before our watch list comes out on our final show on March 1st, be sure to tune in this week on WOUB at 11 p.m.